Spectrum Sportsnet LA, brought to you by Jaguar Land Rovers. The Dodgers and the Toronto Blue Jays get ready for Game 2 of this 3-game series, and we say welcome inside. Joe, Orel, and Alana joins us in a moment. They cruise in Game 1. The offense really impressive. 16-3 final score. They hit 5 more home runs, and they continue to be the best offense in baseball.
They're very dangerous, and the first thing you think about when you think about this offense is the home run power, and it's not just one individual. Yes, Cody Bellinger is at the top in home run production, but it comes throughout the whole lineup. The approach, which gets them into hitters counts, and then picking on the right pitch even when they get that hitters count, but they will still pass the baton, but they will definitely hit the home run.
And you put it all together, and they're averaging 6.5 runs since the All-Star break. That is by far the best in baseball. Tonight they send Walker Buehler to the mound. So you know how we've talked about angry wins? Remember that whole concept? Yep. Angry starts for Walker Buehler may be the ones after he has relatively bad ones. He struggled a little bit against Miami the last time, but typically when he has a rough one, he has a resounding answer the next one.
You know, we talk about good years or great years are made up of short, cold streaks and long, hot streaks, and that is what he is doing. When he has a rough outing, he responds with a really good one. Really good here at home, but really good overall when he has a tough start. Love the fact that he finds his mechanics, he finds his rhythm very much in a big way, and then the next team usually pays the price.
All right, it is the All-Star Walker Buehler for the Dodgers. A former Dodger, Wilmer Font, will be the opener for the Blue Jays, and this could be a bullpen game for Toronto tonight. Dodgers going for the series win as this homestand gets rolling. We've got first pitch from Dodger Stadium coming up on Sportsnet LA. Sportsnet LA is brought to you by your SoCal Land Rover retailers. Dodger Stadium, Los Angeles. Game 2 between the Dodgers and the Blue Jays on a very comfortable, beautiful summer night here in LA. Before first pitch, we go down to Alana Rizzo.
All right, Joe, thanks very much. The Toronto Blue Jays throwing out another opener. I asked Dave Roberts earlier today how he goes about constructing a lineup against an opener. He said it's really twofold. Of course, we look at the guy that we think is going to get the bulk of the innings. They do think that it will be Zach Godley, who eats up the majority of the innings. Of course, a guy they've seen quite a bit when he was with the Arizona Diamondbacks. He also said we look certainly at the splits. We look at guys that can get both left-handers and right-handers out. This is not something that is unique so far this year. They've seen openers before, and obviously it worked last night, guys.
Seeing it more and more across baseball. And the Dodgers, as we talked about a little bit last night, are a harder team to have success against with an opener than they may have been a year ago with way fewer platoons.
Fantastic amount of talent, and when you can juggle it from the left side and the right side, that is really good. And a lot of teams are prevented because they don't have enough offensive talent. Some teams are prevented because they can't move guys around in the lineup because of their positions. Dodgers can do both.
So that's one side of the equation. The other will be this man against this lineup with Bo Bichette to lead things off. And then we get to see Kevin Biggio for the first time. Randall Grichuk hits third. Rowdy Tellez out of the cleanup spot at first base. Brandon Jury's the third baseman hitting fifth. Then Billy McKinney and Teoscar Hernandez. Reese McGuire does the catching for Wilmer Font. The rest of the pitching staff for the Blue Jays that'll take it tonight against Walker Buehler.
Walker responding to a tough outing, but he is very comfortable on this Dodger Stadium mound and very good after a tough one. And I expect him to want them to pay the price tonight. And the key will be, I think, landing his slider, landing his curveball, his breaking ball. And I think here at home, he really has a good feel for the visuals. Most reps that he's getting in the big leagues is on this Dodger Stadium mound. And to land your breaking ball for a strike, you want to feel comfortable and you want to feel good about when you look into the catcher, you know exactly where to throw it and how it's going to land.
And the first man that he'll face is one that he's got to be ready for, as we saw very quickly last night. Bo Bichette. He became the first rookie to hit 2 home runs in a game against Clayton Kershaw. And now over his first 21 career Major League games, he's got 19 extra base hits. That is more than any player in baseball history in his first 21 games.
He is a live body, powerful young player that is must-watch TV already.
And how about this matchup? Lightning against Thunder to begin. Buehler against Bichette as the Dodgers and Blue Jays get ready for Game 2. Buehler threw his line. Home with the first one. And off we go with a pinpoint fastball at 95. 5 runs in 4 innings in Miami on Thursday last week. His shortest outing since April. After he'd given up just 1 run over 15 innings in his previous 2 starts. Like we talked about off of the top, he has been at his best this year following his relatively poor outings. On an 80-degree night, delivers a 1-1. The Bichette punches to first and bounces by Bellinger. Leadoff man aboard.
Bichette looks like he's giving in a little bit right here against Walker Buehler early on, getting a breaking ball that he hits there to the right side. Wasn't quite the aggressive swing we saw off of him last night, but he finds a hole right there. Cody will say he should have had it. I don't know what they graded yet.
They have ruled it a hit, and up comes Biggio. 24-year-old son of the Hall of Famer. That one's outside, ball 1. Kevin made his debut in May and hasn't been as flashy as Guerrero or Bichette, but very steady. These 3 guys are very close. They say Guerrero's the fun one, Bichette's the fiery one, Biggio's like the chaperone at the high school prom. 1 ball and 1 strike, and rehashing from last night, it's pretty cool to see these 3 guys, these 3 last names come up through the system together, and part of a system trying to restore hope in this Blue Jays organization.
3 very productive bloodlines as far as offense is concerned, for sure.
Guerrero not in there tonight. We mentioned last night that he had hurt his knee over the weekend. There's a bit of a surprise that he played last night. They get him the day off here. A good chance he's back in there for the finale tomorrow. On a 1-1 pitch, Biggio takes a strike, and it's 1-2. Closed captioning brought to you by Howard's Appliances. Howard's, your appliance specialists. The shed at first with the leadoff single. Buehler fires 1-2 and gets him swinging. 1 gone.
Not shying away from the fastball here to Biggio, and goes upstairs away, hits the glove perfectly. To Bichette, he found the lane on the glove side, and there to Biggio found the lane on the arm side. So that is a very good sign for Walker Buehler.
1 on 1 out. Here's Randall Grichuk, former St. Louis Cardinal, who hit the ball hard a couple times last night, but as you see there, that's some bad luck. 3 double plays. 3 of the 4 the Dodgers turn. Smith snaps one down there out in time to get Bichette. For the most this season, those 4 double plays. All part of a 16-3 Dodger win last night that put their home record to 49-16. Chance to get number 50 tonight, and a chance to clinch a series win. There's Kershaw past Sandy Koufax with last night's win. 1-2 on Grichuk.
Dodgers 49 home wins. The Toronto Blue Jays 52 wins overall. Dodgers are almost catching them just with their home games. And Clayton caught Sandy Koufax, so that was nice. Dave Roberts doing an amazing job taking a very successful team and keeping a steady hand and getting them to concentrate daily, even with this large lead.
He's crushing that protein bar too.
He's got some energy working. Picture day today for the Dodgers. Everybody out early, get on the field and on the benches and posing. Dave is just, he has a 2-a-day going, but he's still going at it. Take a breath, Skip.
A 1-2. Yeah, very high ball too. He always is full of energy. One of the best descriptions that think we've seen of him was in his first spring training. They described him like a shot of espresso for Dodger camp. A 2-2. Chopper to third. Turner to second. They get the lead runner, and that's all.
Justin gave him an opportunity, a shot at two by charging that ball so well. If you don't make the quick decision and lay back, you might get one at second or have to default to throw into first. But he charged it hard and gave it a shot, getting it over there a month. Throw a little bit taking his momentum away from first base, so not a chance with that feed to get two, but they turned a lot of them last night, and they'll probably turn more.
You know, Grichuk's running up that line groaning, saying, "You're not about to turn another one on me."
Dave Roberts talking about any contact at second base.
Don't mess with him tonight, Brian Knight. Dave's extra froggy.
Slides early enough. It's on the bag. He comes up, and there is contact above the knee, but I don't know. They're going to let that one go.
Already Tellez comes up, takes ball one from Buehler. You mentioned picture day today. It's interesting to see what part of the season they choose to have picture day, right? Because that's kind of the snapshot of the team in 2019.
Right.
You figure mid-August because that's as representative as you're going to have of what that year's team was.
Yes, and you know, if you've been on contributing to the team but you're on the IL, you're still around the club here on a homestand.
Or photoshopped in.
Yes.
1-1. There's always interesting cases of guys who were acquired like a day or two before that happen to be in the picture, and then you look back years later and say, wait a minute, that's right, he was there that week.
Yeah. I don't remember if, like, David Freese was in last year's team picture. Who was there and quickly got in, and who was out, wasn't there yet.
Now September would be weird because you have the kids just called up.
Yeah.
That's inside ball two, and we check in with Alana.
And guys, sometimes people are on the IL that would normally be in that team photo. Alex Verdugo, one of those guys, saw some photos of the team group picture on my Instagram feed. Of course, if it's not on the gram, it didn't actually happen. And he sent me a sad face, and I asked him how he was doing. He's still in Arizona working out on that oblique issue. But somebody's going to have to Photoshop Doogie in.
Here's a grounder to second, picked up by Turner. So 5 at 4-3 until Tellez finished scoreless first inning for Walker Buehler. Dodgers come to bat against Wilmer Font when you come back.
31, Jock Peterson.
Here come the Dodgers for the first time tonight. Jock Peterson to lead things off, and then it's Max Muncy, followed by Justin Turner at third base hitting third. Bellinger, Seager, and Smith through the middle of the lineup. Taylor fresh off of the IL. Good game last night with Matt Beatty making his first start of the series in left. Against one of their old teammates, Wilmer Font, who pitched parts of a couple of seasons for LA. Now with the Blue Jays, and they've used him as an opener 5 times. He's been very good.
He's been a prospect here with the Dodgers, and then he was a security blanket, got dealt. This is his 6th organization, and finding a little success here as an opener. Cleaned up his delivery a little bit, and has really started to command the fastball and the split finger. So now instead of having one pitch for the hitters to look for, they're needing to look for 2 and sometimes 3 when he gets his breaking ball over.
You mentioned 6 organizations. That's in 5 major league years. Fastball, then a breaking ball, and 0-2 on Peterson. Debuted back in 2012 with Texas. Handful of games for the Rangers in 12 and 13. And then 3 years without pitching in the majors. Even some time in indie ball before the Dodgers picked him up. He pitched with LA in 2017 and 18. 0-2. Ball 1.
He lowered his leg kick a little bit here in the last few years and didn't have a lot of deception, kind of an iron mic delivery, and they think maybe the league was starting to pick up on some things, maybe know what's coming, and they think they've deciphered that equation too.
Just misses here, and the count evens 2-2. If we're calling a spade, he was tipping.
Yeah. I think that you have to watch, because when you have a habit like that, all of a sudden you have to watch that it creeps back in or not. So the league will continue to look where they think it might be to see if the habit arises again.
And if there was any form of it back in his time in Dodger Blue, you know they're looking for those tells.
Yeah, I mean, not inside trade secrets, but you always are scouting your own guys as much as you're scouting the opponent. So you're looking for your own guys. Are they giving it away? And you're looking at the opposing team to try and get an advantage.
Got ahead of Jock 0-2. Now a 3-2, and he walked him. So he loses him after getting ahead 0-2, and the Dodgers have the leadoff man aboard. Defense for the Blue Jays tonight, brought to you by Keck Medicine of USC. McKinney's in left, Hernandez in center, and Grichuk in right. Drury's at third base tonight. Bichette and Biggio up the middle. Tellez and McGuire. Here's Muncy, who's homered in 4 games in a row. It's one shy of the Dodger record. A few guys have done. Most recently, Adrian Gonzalez did it. And Jock Peterson, 2015. Strike one and a high fastball.
Mac's having a little team meeting, and he's the only one invited with himself right there. You don't see him chase a first pitch up by his neck, rarely. I would have to say that was an anticipatory swing, that he expected fastball and was going to start the bat, whether Font threw the ball or the rosin bag.
Playing Muncy to pull as Font delivers 0-2. Breaking ball, grounded foul. Muncy, one of the 5 Dodger home runs last night. 30 home runs in their last 8 games. That is a major league record for an 8-game span. And the Dodgers, with more than a month to play, are already within 12 home runs of the franchise record for a single season. They might hit it on this homestand.
That's true.
Another 0-2. Another foul ball.
Max Muncy, a very good fastball hitter. But Wilmer Font is saying not the fastball up. So actually kind of showing that, okay, I know that's your strength, but we think this area is your weakness.
Peterson leads at first. Font comes home with another 0-2 and gets Muncy looking, perhaps guessing off speed. 1 gone.
Wilmer Font has thrown a lot of his split finger fastballs late in the count with 2 strikes to left-handed hitters during his successful outings. Looked like Muncy might have been looking for one of those.
After having the opener of this series off, Justin Turner back in there tonight, hitting .400 with 6 home runs in his last 14 games. That's quite a stretch to be hitting .400.
You expect Justin to be consistent, but to be consistently hot really makes a huge impact on a team when you're one of your emotional leaders, one of the guys that's the example on how to have a professional at bat no matter what the moment. And right now he is not carrying the team because they are playing so well, but he's a significant part.
Dave Roberts said yesterday that he thinks Justin Turner represents the team's offensive identity probably better than any player.
Yeah, the consistency, the grinded out at bats, the hitting with runners in scoring position.
The power.
The power is there.
22 homers, 5 shy of his career high. A 2-0 and a foul back, 2-1.
Also a guy who is a hitting savant, so he can communicate hitting, not only by a living example in the batter's box and how he prepares for a game, but how he breaks down swings, how he can put himself in other people's body and kind of help them adjust also.
Good pitch there, 2-2. I guess that also makes him a good representative of this entire lineup, because they have become very, very advanced thinkers in the way that they approach hitting, top to bottom.
If your #1 pitcher or #1 hitter is kind of a see ball, hit ball, or throw ball hard, that's all I do. It's hard to listen to him about other stuff.
Awkward swing and a miss there. That fastball got on him in a hurry. And back-to-back Ks for Font, 2 away in the first.
Wilmer Font, a lot of confidence in his fastball against an old team. A lot of times you go away from a strength like just the fastball and say, you know what, I've got to trick my old teammates. He is showing a lot of confidence in the heater.
Cody Bellinger reached 100 RBIs for the season with a bases clearing double last night. And in doing so, extended his hitting streak to 8 games. Ball 1.
30 is swinging a hot one, and he can run the bases. He can make things happen. And those RBIs are well deserved. A nice light moment at the end of it, but quite an accomplishment.
And across the majors, he is 3rd in runs batted in. So tied for 1st in home runs with Mike Trout, 42, and trailing Freeman and Devers in RBIs.
Brian Knight and Cody having a little discussion on the strike zone, but I think Cody will agree with him later when he sees the video.
On a 1-2 from Font, Bellinger takes it high, 2-2. So we just mentioned, 2nd in the league in RBIs. He leads the league in homers. You again start to think about the Triple Crown race, and it's not out of the question. He's buried a little bit as far as the standings. He's 6th in batting average, but he's just 13 points off the lead. A 2-2. We'll do it again.
Hard to move your average, so maybe out of those 5 that are ahead of him, you're going to need a couple of collapses, and then you're also going to need to get hot.
Yelich, McNeil, Blackman, Reynolds, Rendon are the 5 ahead of him. Peterson leads at first. Font delivers another 2-2, and Bellinger hacks it foul to stay alive. The fact that we're still having the conversation goes to show you what a special year it's been for Bellinger. There's not been a Triple Crown winner in the National League since Joe Ducky Medwick in 1937. He had a bit of a waddle. 2-2. Floats one to left center field. McKinney will make the catch and end the inning. No score after 1. Dodger defense brought to you by Keck Medicine of USC. Beatty's in left, Taylor's in center, and Peterson is in right. Turner and Seager left side, Muncy and Bellinger on the right, and Will Smith catching Walker Buehler. He retired 3 straight after the single for Bichette, which was borderline, could have gone either way as far as base hit or error. Strike 1 on Brandon Drury.
He, like Font, sticking with the hard stuff an awful lot. Fastball cutter, 13 out of 16 pitches, now 14 out of 17. Little slide piece right there. Early returns right now with Walker Buehler. He looks a lot better than he did in Miami. He was all over the place searching for it.
Walk 3, hit 2. This is a guy who at times this year has led baseball in strikeout to walk ratio. Roxon fires 0-2 and gets in on Drury, who flexes one to Beatty and left for the first out of the second. Scoreless in the second inning, and here's Billy McKinney, a former first-round draft pick of the Oakland A's, and then traded to the Cubs for Jeff Samardzija, to the Yankees for Aroldis Chapman, and then to the Blue Jays for Jay Happ. Back and forth between the majors and AAA this year. And behind Buehler, 0-1.
The radar gun is one thing, getting down the hill and that effective velocity on hitters. He looks like he's very comfortable in line, and that makes you cruise down the hill a little closer to the hitter.
Ball jumps on him.
Yeah, he's late as far as the release. He's taking it all the way down the hill, all the way into foot strike, and then just keeps coming at you. If you can throw a ball like a heartbeat after your front foot hits, that's when everything is stable and in line.
Sharply hit, diving stop. Muncy able to pull the trigger but late, and an infield hit for Billy McKinney.
Some good signs again from Walker Buehler, getting the ball hit on the ground. One fly out to left, but 3 ground balls and a strikeout other than that.
Runner at first, one gone, and here's Teoscar Hernandez. And there was strike one. You know, Walker had a knack for throwing it hard at an early age, even though he was always one of the smaller kids. Mid-80s as a high school sophomore, touched 90 as a high school junior. Mid-90s before his Tommy John surgery coming out of Vanderbilt. And then in his first game back from Tommy John rehab, he touched 98 for the first time. A big part of the reason, it wasn't some miraculous surgery that he had. It was the fact that he put extra work in the weight room, strengthening his lower half during the Tommy John rehab. He'd already been a strong guy, already really bought into weightlifting, but took it to a whole different level. And that added velocity followed. It's 1-2.
Believe it or not, it is a lower half game, whether you're a hitter or a pitcher. As a youth, you find out you've got great eye-hand coordination, or you've got great arm speed. And so a lot of times you rely strictly on great eye-hand coordination as a hitter, great arm speed as a pitcher. But as you progress, you find out it's about the lower half. A, to get more power. B, to be more consistent with both accuracy of the bat and accuracy of the ball. The upper body responds to what the lower body does. So if the lower body is not strong and repetitive, the upper body and your eye-hand coordination is adjusting all the time. And so you might be able to adjust and do what you want to do, like hit for average or hit for power or throw strikes, make the ball break, but you won't do it as consistent. You won't reach your potential until you get that lower half under control, strong and consistent.
And Walker, more so than most guys, lifts heavy throughout the season. Mid-season last year, he set his personal best with a 450-pound squat. Pound for pound, strongest player on the team.
Think about an industrial spring that's really strong, but if you never secure the base of it, where do you get the power if the spring is just kind of spinning? You get those strong legs, you become a huge spring.
Gets him swinging with a breaking ball, 2 gone. So Walker says when he's throwing 100 miles per hour in the 7th or 8th inning of an outing, when he gets to 150 innings in a season and he's still got great stuff, he said that's not going to be a mistake when those things happen, because of the time he pours in the weight room. Two out, second inning. Here's the 8-hitter Reese McGuire. '24-year-old rookie catcher. A couple of rookie catchers sharing time on this roster. We saw Danny Jansen last night. McGuire gets the start here in game 2. A pop fly into shallow center field. Seager goes out. He's got it. And that's that for the Blue Jays in the second. Now the Dodger offense more than 2 home runs per game since the All-Star break to lead baseball. They've also gotten it done with runners in scoring position, hitting above .330 as a team in those situations. They put it all together, 6.5 runs per game since the break. Land Rover Performance Spotlight. In terms of run differential at home, since 1950, the Dodgers are second best. Only the 1950 Boston Red Sox at Fenway, a better home team in terms of the average margin of victory.
16-3 last night helped it a lot.
That's ball one on Corey Seager. Blowout wins can certainly skew the run differential. Pythagorean record. Seager stays hot with a base hit down the line. Hustling out of the box. Challenge in the arm of Grichuk. He's in with another double. And for Corey Seager, his 10th extra base hit in his last 9 games.
Pulling the ball more and more, pulling it firmly on the ground, found a hole last night, pulled it in the air last night, and continues to do it here. We know he can hit the ball to left center, but when he starts pulling the ball and spraying it around the whole field, he's like reverse of most players. Most players want to go to the opposite field, and that's where they get hot. Corey Seager seems to get hot when he hits it in the air to the pull side.
4 of his last 4, Orel, with 3 doubles. Leadoff man in scoring position here in the second against Font. And the Fresh Prince comes up. Go ahead home run in last night's game. 5 of them in his last 6. First one from Font is in for a strike. One. That is Zach Godley, the former Arizona Diamondback, getting loose. I figure that he will be the
bulk man.
Yes.
Or bulk guy. Bulk dude.
Potato.
Yeah. I love it. Dave Roberts has been using the term. Where did that originate?
Bulk guy?
Yeah.
I don't know. Where did potato originate? Nobody says potato.
But bulk is a normal word. We're not arguing over pronunciation. It's just a new moniker, a new name for something. Bulk. The bullpen started to exist because they needed pitchers to kind of back up the starters that couldn't go 9, and all of a sudden the bad starters kind of went to the bullpen. Then the bullpen progressed to a place where the bullpen's actually going to have roles. And you've got your 7th inning guy, and you got your left-handed specialist, you got your setup guy, you've got your closer, and now we're moving towards the rotation now to have that develop in baseball with openers and bulk guys.
We've seen a lot of unsure awkward swings and misses against Font over the first couple innings.
Well, you're sure right. A lot of guys that have not been offering it fastballs that they usually attack. Chasing a few fastballs out of the zone, which is out of character. And then, yeah, feeling for a breaking ball right there was Will Smith.
Chris Taylor didn't feel for much in his first game back. First game since July 14th last night. He had 3 hits and a walk. One of those 3 hits, a home run. Seager at second with 1 gone, and Taylor takes ball 1. Snap throw down to second, not in time.
Chris Taylor comes back. He talked about it with Tim Neverett in the postgame, how the first hit, the infield hit in the 6th hole, really relaxed him. He didn't have to sit around and get the production and wait for that first hit, and that relaxed him. In the rest of the night, he was accurate and strong with that bat.
Chris has given the bulk guy moniker a different meaning. He put on 10 pounds in his month on the injured list. There's more time to focus on eating, less anxiety that comes with being an everyday major league player. And he got to devote more time to weightlifting. Harder to do that when you're in the everyday grind. A ball and a strike.
And if you got something wrong with the upper body, you're going to be concentrating on the lower body as far as increasing the strength and the weight. We just got done talking about the benefits for Walker Buehler. Well, Chris Taylor finding some of those benefits, strengthening that lower half.
Best place to pack on size and weight, right? Big muscles down there.
Yep.
Font comes home with a 1-1. Taylor watches it miss, ball 2.
If you're looking for strength, speed, and accuracy on the upper half, I don't think you want to get your chest and your back too big. Strong, but flexible, but not too big. At the backside and the quads, your legs, you can get those as strong as you want.
Font deals 2-1, and Taylor chops one to third for Brandon Drury. 2 out. Well, last night's opener, Buddy Boshears has joined Zach Godley as Matt Beatty comes to the plate with 2 gone. Off of the bench last night, had a base hit, scored a run. There were 9 different Dodgers that scored a run last night. I'm going to put him on intentionally here and bring Buehler up with 2 out.
Well, you move into a pitcher and then 2 left-handed hitters, so even a bulk guy might have a setup man.
The bridge guy between the opener and the bulk guy.
I'm going to have to study all these things.
I just made that one up.
Okay.
So. This will almost certainly be the final batter that Wilmer Font faces. One way or another. And he misses with his first one.
Pretty much we're told by the people around the Toronto club that he'll either go once around the lineup or 2 innings. That's about it. And he's not the opener that's just coming in for a couple of batters and trying to flip your lineup and upset the middle of your order. He's going to try and get through the lineup once and give him a little bit of length at the beginning. Wilmer is the leadoff hitter next inning. Who knows if they'll even pinch hit for him, if they're even going to switch pitchers if he gets Buehler out.
Falls behind him, 2-1. These sometimes can be the hard ones, right? Where it should be easy. It should just be able to pour in a strike.
Well, you have everything to lose if you're the pitcher here, and you've got everything to gain if you're Walker Buehler.
Put that one in there, 2-2. Font on the verge of getting around Seager's leadoff double. Struck out Smith, got Taylor to ground out, put Beatty on intentionally, and comes home with a 2-2 to get Buehler swinging. So Wilmer Font does the job again. 2 scoreless innings as the opener. No score to the 3rd. Dodgers baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by BMW, the ultimate driving machine. Hurry into a Southern California BMW center today for exceptional offers, or visit SoCalBMW.com for more details. And by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Good times. No score, top 3. Game 2 between the Dodgers and the Blue Jays as the Dodgers go for the series win, go for their 50th home win of the year. And now the prevent defense brought to you by Humana. Dodgers turned those 4 double plays in last night's game. Season high, and these 3 were a part of it.
The defense has not struggled at all when these guys move around. Max Muncy's played multiple positions. We know Kike can play all over the field. Corey Seager, no. But they have learned how to turn the double plays when shifted and when in conventional positions.
Changes the way you have to practice. The advent of the shift, the increase of the shift, increase of the data, more specific positioning.
The most awkward positions have become the middle infielders, and if Justin Turner moves over to a second base position, you have to find new routes to turn the double plays. Kike Hernandez coming from a deep shortstop hole to be the pivot man on a ball on the left side. There he had to take it by himself, round the ball off to get to second. This line drive snagged by Seager in the 6th hole. Kike Hernandez came from the left side again to receive it, and then Seager with the feed. The wrong foot move for Kike because you're just getting to the bag as fast as you can. You don't know if your foot is going to be there.
First pitch, bat destroyed to the pinch hitting Derek Fisher. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the 3rd for Walker Buehler. As Fisher pinch hit for Wilmer Font.
Number 11.
Yeah, Buehler destroyed it.
Got to come off the bench a little bit chilly and face Walker Buehler on the tunnel. A little different than out there in Dodger Stadium under the lights and facing this young man.
Second time through for the Blue Jays. Here's Bichette. And there's ball 1. Punches a grounded to second. Muncy didn't get it cleanly, but got it in time to get him.
We rarely see this now. Max has put in so much work to soften his hands, to improve his range, and do whatever it takes to play second base. Glad that that one didn't get away too far. Rescued it.
Buehler looking for his first clean inning of the night. Kevin Biggio now, no score, 3rd inning. And Buehler gets strike 1. The product of Notre Dame, Kevin Biggio. 5th round pick there, 2016. Muscles a pop up, right center field. Muncy on the move, won't get there, and dropped it in the perfect spot for a 2-out hit.
I think this is the first time I've seen this one where Max Muncy, your second base that shifted into right field, is running that far and almost is the first guy to catch a ball that's popped up there. It looked like a new route for football as we get into that season. That, oh, they're running a new play. They're crossing him across the middle now.
Crazy that's here.
He usually runs it out there.
Third inning kept alive for Randal Grichuk. Strike 1, which was always the highest priority for Walker Buehler and for any pitcher, but Walker verbalizes that. That's the first thing that he looks at. First pitch strike percentage. Down the line, that is a fair ball that'll make its way to the corner. Beatty to dig it out. Biggio stopped at third. He runs through the stop sign momentarily, then retreats. And a double from Grichuk, second and third with 2 gone.
It's a very well done relay play by the Dodgers. First, the rope to the corner. But as soon as you head into that corner, you know you need to play this cleanly to save the run. And Matt Beatty plays it perfectly on the carom. Justin Turner screaming for the ball, but the noise in a big league park, sometimes you can't decipher your teammate. You're a good 35, 40 feet away. They had him dead to rights. If the ball's behind him, Seager threw it home.
And so up to Tellez with 2 gone. Second and third for the Blue Jays, and Tellez looks at a fastball outside, 1-0. Rowdy was sent to AAA about a month ago. 4th game back. 2 for 10 since returning. Trying to get the Blue Jays the early lead for the 2nd night in a row. Ball 2.
Ten for 13 and first pitch strikes for Walker Buehler, but here with runners in scoring position, falling behind 2-0, and now a little extra level of strategy with first base open.
On deck, right-handed batting Brandon Drury. There's a strike, 2-1. Biggio at third, Grichuk at second, and Buehler to Tellez with a 2-1. He gets a swing and a miss, and it's 2-2 with a nice stop from Will Smith.
Walker Buehler with the slider gets him fooled on that one, and his catcher keeps the runners at bay.
Two. Got him swinging to get out of the jam in the third with a high fastball, and still no score.
The MLB Ballpark app will complete your next visit to Dodger Stadium. Buy and manage game tickets, redeem special check-in offers, access exclusive content, and much more. Download the MLB Ballpark app today.
No score to the last of the third. Joe Davis or Hershiser, Alana Rizzo. And his fast-acting pain relief pitching change brought to you by BioFreeze. From tonight's opener to last night's opener, who will be a bridge guy tonight, Buddy Boshears.
He's going to face one guy he faced last night in Max Muncy. Another guy later, Cody Bellinger, flew out against him, and Muncy walked. We'll see how he does tonight, but he got through an inning with a 0.
We figure Zach Godley will get the majority of the innings tonight, but with the back-to-back lefties at the top of the order, and perhaps even more after that, because it's the right-handed batting Turner, then another couple lefties. See Boshears before Godley comes in. And this is why they go to the left-hander for Peterson. Hit number 25 last night. So that is 4 25 home run seasons out of his first 5 full pro years, first 5 big league years.
Definitely out in front of it, and looks like he tried to shorten his swing at the end just to kind of know I'm a little fool. Can I slow it down and make contact? It looked a little awkward.
Takes this one high, and it's 1-2.
I have a feeling he's not getting a fastball for a strike. He could sit for a breaking ball.
He did get a breaking ball and somehow got a piece of it.
This ball almost hit the ground before he did it. Yeah, it almost looked like Vlad Guerrero Sr. hitting a breaking ball that bounces for a double. We've seen it.
Javi Baez is like the modern day Vlad Guerrero in terms of bad ball hitting and doing damage on bad balls. Bouncing ball to Kevin Biggio. Peterson really busting up the line, but the throw gets him. One gone, third inning. Here's Muncy.
Well, Merfant did a nice job in his first 2 innings because he was landing 2 pitches. He established the fastball and threw that the most, but the curveball was sharp too. 7 out of 10 with the curveball. They're trying to repeat that effort.
Strike one. Smile from Max.
I don't know if it's because he fouled it off, because he's out front, or maybe where he got hit by the foul ball.
Another 0-2. Tries to lay off but can't. They've attacked Muncy with that high fastball. Both at bats tonight. 2 up, 2 down in the third.
Max knew it right away. There was no argument. Head down and take a walk.
They will leave Boshiers in for the right-handed batting Turner, which would lead you to believe he may get a couple innings here, or at least more than a couple hitters, depending on how long this inning goes. Left-handed batting Bellinger, left-handed batting Seager to follow. Well, Godley appears ready as soon as that phone rings. On a 1-0 pitch, Turner takes it low, ball 2.
More and more complicated to warm up down in the bullpen, as far as you'll have this hitter, but he's successful, then you won't be in there for 2 more hitters, and you've got to really pace yourself when all of a sudden those situations used to only come up at the end of the game. Now they can come up throughout the game. And they're pointing and going through the order right there.
All kinds of stuff going on down in that Blue Jays bullpen right now. I think I saw a chef out there walking through the back of it. We got Twins. That's a walk for Turner. Third walk tonight for Dodger hitters after they had 10 of them last night. And the inning kept alive for Cody Bellinger.
Home run's worth a little bit more when you put a free pass on before him.
Heck, twice as much.
You're right. You're quick. You got the math on me there with the jump.
Good pitch, strike one.
You mentioned that they've walked 3 times already. When they walk 5 or more, they win 2 out of 3 games. So set the table for the Dodgers, or they grind out at bats and get 5 walks or more. They're going to be a championship team that night.
And the Blue Jays have had their issues avoiding walks in terms of their pitching staff. Pitching staff has been the biggest issue. We touched on it last night, but the young lineup has made huge strides. Very good, especially over the last month or two. But the pitching that they're counting on is still in the minors.
Last night in Cody's at bat here, he got a breaking ball that he wishes he could see again.
Turner takes off his second and no throw. McGuire didn't handle it cleanly on the ball in the dirt. And Turner's in scoring position with 2 out.
Fast runners can be good base runners. They can also be bad base runners. Average runners can be good base runners or bad. Justin Turner proved that he's a good one. Reading that secondary lead, and off he went as the ball was headed into the dirt.
The base runners will tell you that speed is just part of it. Scoreless third inning. 2-1 to Bellinger, and he digs out a breaking ball, serves it to left center. Billy McKinney. We're through 3 innings, no score. Dodgers baseball on Spectrum Sportsnet LA is brought to you by Jack in the Box. Try Jack's $4.99 barbecue bacon double cheeseburger combo, only at participating Jack in the Box restaurants. And by Ram Trucks, Motor Trend's 2019 Truck of the Year. Back in Los Angeles, where the Dodgers and Blue Jays are scoreless to the 4th. Walker Buehler was able to bully his way out of a jam in the 3rd with a 98-mile-per-hour fastball to get Rowdy Tellez swinging. Goes to work against 5, 6, and 7. His first one to Brandon Drury is low, ball 1. We talked about Walker getting bigger as he grew up, gaining velocity as he grew up. Velocity reached the point when he was about a high school junior where he started to get attention from major league scouts. And it got to the point in his senior year where he was pretty certain he was going to get drafted. Here's a towering fly ball that sends Taylor back on the track, leaping at the wall for the first out of the 4th.
Charles Cam taking a look at this well-timed leap. Chris Taylor proving last night he was ready offensively. Tonight, center field making a beautiful play in front of the 395 mark.
And one away here in the 4th inning as Billy McKinney comes up. And takes ball 1. Nobody was scouting Walker Buehler harder than San Diego. And so he goes into draft day thinking that he's got a pretty good shot, not just to get drafted, but noticing that San Diego has 3 supplemental first-round picks, thinking it could be in the 1st round. So fairly confident that it could happen. His parents hosted a party that night. 75 friends and family. Walker says it felt like the whole town was there. And they gather around the TV watching the draft on MLB Network. San Diego starts to rattle off his picks as the round goes on. First pick that they go with is Zach Eflin, who's now Philadelphia Philly. High school pitcher out of Florida. Second pick for the Padres in that first round was Travis Jankowski, an outfielder from Stony Brook. And then the third pick, third and final pick, they're thinking it might be him. The whole room goes quiet, and MLB Network announces it. Walker, and the room erupts in cheers. Weichel, a high school pitcher from Florida.
Wow.
And the room went quiet. That's foul, and it's 3-2. Devastating for Walker. A low point for Walker. And after the first round finish and he didn't get picked, he immediately walked outside, called the head coach at Vanderbilt, Tim Corbin, reaffirmed his commitment, and he eventually got picked in the 14th round by Pittsburgh that year, but it was an easy decision for him. He was going to go to Vanderbilt. Here's a 3-2 pitch and a strikeout of McKinney. 2 up, 2 down in the fourth. And Walker says that wound up being, from a devastation and a low point, to the best thing that ever happened to him. And he doesn't think he'd be who he is today or where he is today had the Padres taken him in the supplemental first round, because he went to Vanderbilt and he says he learned what it meant to really work. No score in the fourth inning. Buehler to Teoscar Hernandez. He slaps a ball to right center field that Jock Peterson will catch. If you haven't read it yet, Sports Illustrated, Tom Verducci, wonderful piece on Walker Buehler.
2020, my Dodgers membership takes season tickets to the next level with new benefits and fan experiences. Join today and secure your access to the 2019 postseason and the 2020 All-Star Game right here at Dodger Stadium. Visit Dodgers.com/membership.
Probably going to be one hitter here for Buddy Bo Shears. And then the Charlie Montoyo is going to make that familiar walk. Zach Godley warming again, making sure that he's ready to roll. Right-handed batting Will Smith to follow Seager. No score, bottom of the fourth. First one to Seager is a breaking ball that lands on the inside corner. Seager's doubled his first time, the lone Dodger hit. Look at all that damage Corey's done in his last 9 games. Now to 0-1 from Bo Shears.
It's another challenge for these hitters, facing a different pitcher almost every at bat. Takes me back to my days with ESPN when I did the Little League and College World Series, and you'd see a lot of pitching changes because by the end of a tournament or by the end of the College World Series, staffs were worn out, so they would bring in the whole staff. You'd take a guy on fumes and try and pitch him an inning or two, turn a lineup around, bring in the next guy, and by the end of the game you've had maybe 5 or 6 pitchers. In Little League World Series, it's all about pitch count and protecting the youngsters. With the College World Series, it's about just finding guys that can pick up their arms sometimes.
Seager fouls it off, and it stays at 1-2. You know, the Little League World Series began on this date.
Wow.
1947.
My dad was a district administrator in our Little League, and I got to go to the Little League World Series when I was a little kid.
That first one?
No. Okay.
1-2 again, and he got him looking.
Yeah.
It's wonderful there, isn't it, Williamsport?
It's got to be on your bucket list if you're a baseball fan. It's fantastic. And they've got regular field and volunteer field, and you've got the common grounds, and it's quite a scene. A lot of pin trading.
Good work by Bo Shears. Third pitcher of the game for the Blue Jays will be Zach Godley.
Friday on an all-new Backstage Dodgers, go behind the scenes of the Kershaw's annual Ping Pong for Purpose tournament, where the stars align for a cause. Plus, hear why Ellen and Clayton Kershaw are on a mission to make a difference. Don't miss Backstage Dodgers Friday after the postgame on Sportsnet LA.
Former Arizona Diamondback Zach Godley in his fourth game with Toronto. Claimed him off waivers a couple of weeks ago. He's given up 6 runs in his first 6 1/3 for the Jays.
It's not been a smooth transition so far, and nice that he's the third pitcher in this game, but a familiar face for the lineup. Not quite there for Will Smith.
First one to Will is lifted to left and down the line and hooking towards the pole and coming down, a home run. A skyscraping, tie-breaking solo shot. Dodgers 1, Blue Jays nothing.
Number 3, Chris Taylor.
Who is this man? A very common name, not known in baseball, but now it will be. Fly Emirates. Emirates flies better. So does Will Smith.
Yeah, and a generous strike on Chris Taylor. So back-to-back games of the home run for Will and 6 in his last 7 games. Third game of the season here at Dodger Stadium. Zach Godley was the starting pitcher for the Diamondbacks and gave up 8 runs in 5 1/3. There's a sign of things to come in the season for him in Arizona. He went from being a guy they were excited about as part of the rotation moving forward to cut loose just a few weeks ago. One-two. Taylor to right center field. Sinking. In. Oh, no. Oh, my goodness. Chris Taylor flying. Does he have a shot? You bet he does. There's going to be a play. It is out at home. That close. Oh.
It's a gapper, and then it's a miscommunication. They don't remember who the captain is. Hernandez could have called for it. Grichuk, they were on the same path. Usually one goes forward, one goes backward, but as the relay and the ball was rolling around, Dino Ebel and Chris Taylor made an effort to get there. Wow. Does the tag get to him?
Yeah.
Yes.
He never got to the plate.
This will be a quick one in New York, but an exciting play in live action.
Challenge in the call on the field of no violation of the home plate collision rule.
They might be challenging not the tag, but the blocking of the plate. So the positioning of McGuire behind the plate.
And the rule here is you've got to give him a path to the plate unless you're fielding a throw.
Exactly.
Now, if he's just camped out there to begin with, then it's illegal. But I think he's given him at least the corner of the plate until he begins fielding the ball.
You know, and what's really hard about that rule is catchers are trying to judge a hop. So if they need to reach out to get the hop to make sure they catch it in the catcher's glove, which is a little harder to catch than any other glove, or if they feel like they need to move back and retreat to read the hop correctly, they can appear to be blocking the plate on purpose. But it looked like he had gotten ready to receive the ball exactly where he wanted to, not attempting to really block the plate. But to the letter of the law, you don't know. He's thinking about, do I come forward? Yep. See, he's reading the hop and moving into the ball. That looks like a very clean baseball play as far as visually.
Boy, the replay in right center with those two coming together, you could make a GIF out of that. That would be pretty representative of the Blue Jays season.
Yeah. To be smiling about it now is a little poor on the presentation, but it looked like they both could have almost caught the ball, but just not communicating. Really interesting as long as this is taking. Here we go.
It is out. And the call will at least stand, and it stays 1-0.
All stands.
This is a long way around, but an awfully fun way around when you anticipate what could happen at the end. Chris Taylor, one of the fastest Dodgers, makes good turns everywhere and just ends up a step short. Everybody in the ballpark got into it. They were all jumping on his back like they were jockeys, bringing him around.
That baited the hitter now with 2 gone, and he takes ball 1. Two of the 3 hitters that Godley is on to face here weren't a thing yet when he pitched here in the 3rd game of the year. Smith and Beatty were both in the Oklahoma City early lineups. That's a back spinning pop fly to short right field for Biggio, and that's that for the Dodgers in the 4th. But another night and another Will Smith home run, his 12th. To the 5th we go. The Dodgers have the game's first run.
1-0 Dodgers, top of the 5th inning, and that 1 run coming thanks to Smitty. Time now for the connection to the game, brought to you by T-Mobile. And this weekend is Players Weekend. Will Smith, I think he should be Fresh Prince, but he is going as Smitty. Here are some of the other notable ones as far as the Dodgers are concerned. Of course, Walker Buehler. He's butane. We know that. Jed Jerker, one of the newest Dodgers. He's the jerk store. Funky Muncie, we've become accustomed to that. And Kenley Fournier, of course, for Kenley Jansen. I personally like Dave Heumann for David Freese. There's a lot of fun ones, guys. D Mountain for Rich Hill, who's gone his way back from the injured list, hopefully. A lot of fun ones. Kike. Seager will probably just go with Siegs. It's always a fun weekend with some personality. There's Funky Muncie.
All right, with the Yankees coming in for that 3-game set beginning on Friday night. Orel, do you have a Bulldog jersey up here?
I do.
All right.
Looking forward to trying it on. Just received it today. Haven't put it on yet, but looked like it was the right size.
It's medium.
Yeah, it's like active player plus few inches.
Reese McGuire, strike 1 from Buehler.
I wore a 44 narrow when I was playing.
Ooh.
I think I'm up to a 46 regular.
Popped up. Buehler's got it. 44 slim fit.
Yeah, well, you could take it in, do different things to it. I mean, they're all custom made, and they were in our day, and they are even more now. All the way down to how long you want your pants, how much material you want taken out around your calves. Just like you're buying a three-piece suit.
Oh, and 1 on Godley. Buehler home with the next one, and it's quickly 0-2. One ball, 2 strikes. Look, we have.
Here we go. The Dodgers on the front. And Bulldog 55 on the back, and then we go back to the front. And I was mistaken, Joe. It's a 48 regular. I think it's cotton. Yeah. Oh, maybe some cotton. I'm going to shrink it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because we want it to feel like a medium.
Well, you just want to show off the guns.
Well,
you know?
yeah,
It's medium.
Yeah, that's very nice.
You need some elastic on here. Or you need to do some bicep curls between now and the weekend.
Yeah. It's very classy. It's going to be very autographable.
Yeah,
you know,
that's true.
Sign that for a charity.
2 gone in the 5th as Bichette comes up. And takes a ball. Well, Buehler with 5 Ks. One thing he's done well tonight is eliminate the walks. Back-to-back 3-walk performances for him, or 3-walk performances 2 of the last 3. Here's his 1-0, and that's low ball 2. Three and on Bichette. I don't know about you, but I'm fairly surprised he didn't try to hit the 3-0 500 miles.
I thought we were going to get a Javi Baez swing.
Yeah.
I thought we were going to get the whole enchilada right there.
Kind of wanted it. 3-1.
We got most of it right there. I detect a little hesitation in his approach with Walker's elite velocity.
Rocks and fires 3-2. And that's foul. Middle. But a foul ball.
A little breaking ball, a little bender, gets him off of it a little. This Toronto lineup as a whole does not hit the elite fastball very well. Average-wise, worse than baseball.
And so he goes with that to finish him off. Walker Buehler with a 1-2-3 5th, halfway home, and on the Will Smith home run. They lead it 1-0.
Hello Kitty Night returns to Dodger Stadium on September 3rd. Purchase this ticket pack and receive a Hello Kitty Dodgers blanket. Tickets available at Dodgers.com/Hello Kitty.
Hello, Orel. Strike 1 on Walker Buehler.
Hello, Dodger fans. What's the proper inflection there?
No, you had it.
Okay. I'm not going to feel bad anymore.
You shouldn't. Walker's 0 for 1. He struck out his first time. Lone run in this game coming on Will Smith's homer off the foul pole. Unofficial count. 3rd Will Smith home run off the foul pole.
Oh, I know of 2 today and 1 other. Yeah.
1 away here in the 5th.
A lot of Will Smith's home runs, though, you don't expect them to be home runs after the swing and the contact. The ball, he just drives it and it carries. It's not from a violent effort.
It's all in the pursuit of happiness. Here's Peterson. Had a home run against Zach Godley in that season opening series against Arizona. Take strike one. Jock happy to have the right-hander back on there. Wow, how about that follow through right out of the screen?
That is falling off to first base.
Literally.
Turning it into a sprint. You don't face plant.
Ball two on Jock.
Jock with a little cough right there. I think he's allergic to bunting.
Sharply hit. Calmly played. Biggio throws him out.
It's Jock's second one like that. That's so deep, and the guy on the shift in right field gets it, and you start smelling a hit, maybe an infield hit, and you don't get there. Frustrating ground ball.
The shift has done more damage to left-handed pull hitters than any other breed. Gotten to the point, though, where it doesn't really discriminate. There's a shift for every type. Muncy 0 for 2 after reaching all 4 times last night, and he takes strike one here.
It was the easiest shift to design because the first baseman is actually closer to first base compared to when they shift everybody around to the left side, and now you're asking the first baseman to get away from first base, and you've got to have nimble first baseman. It's not completely about data then, because it's about the speed of the first baseman and how far can I pull him off away from the bag, and can he still get there.
First headlines of the shift actually go back to 1955 against Ted Williams.
It became like a individual generational defense for certain guys, not for whole lineups or only left-handers.
Godley's 3-1. Muncy takes ball 4, and the Dodgers have a base runner with 2 out here.
The eye pace. This is how Jaguar delivers electric performance.
Runner at first, 2 gone, and Turner comes up. J.J. Cooper, the executive editor for Baseball America, posted an article from 55 where the headline is, Ted says defensive shift marks baseball progress. And Ted Williams is quoted as saying in the article, baseball has improved since I first came into the league, and the most important progress is the way the infield shifts for batters today. Turner lifts a fly ball to right for Grichuk. And that will do it for the Dodgers in the 5th. Time for the Coors Light refreshing finish. Walker Buehler pitched around some traffic over the first few innings, but has begun to cruise, retiring 7 straight.
He can get arrogant with his fastball and his cutter, and tonight it has been fantastic. They are only 1 for 14 off of his hard stuff. It actually is the curveball and the slider that they've found a few hits off of.
Kevin Biggio leading off this inning, taking in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike. So much more efficient as the game has gone on. First 2 innings, it was 16 pitches per inning. Last 3 innings, 11 pitches per inning. And doing it again following a rocky start. And the air to center field, sending Taylor back. He's got this one read well, but a good first step to set him up for it. And Biggio's the first out of the 6. Just to reiterate, we talked about this off of the top, but at the next start, immediately following allowing 4 earned runs in a game this year, Walker Buehler is 3-0 with a 1.71, 32 Ks and 3 walks.
That shows that he's really starting to develop his foundation and to find it again when he's kind of lost. And then the next step would be to really stretch out some hot streaks with finding it in the midst of a tough outing like we saw Clayton Kershaw really carve through last night. It was work. He did not have a clean cut through this lineup, but he found a way to get through it with his stuff, and it was about as erratic as we've seen him.
Here's a cue shot to Bellinger at first, wins the race to the bag, 2 out.
Clayton has been teaching a lot of lessons to a lot of Dodger pitchers, but Walker Buehler is normally right by him on their off nights, learning, sitting right off of his hip, trading stories. At the end of this outing with Walker Buehler, I wouldn't be surprised when he is resting on the bench waiting to go into the locker room if Clayton Kershaw and Rick Honeycutt aren't right next to him. And we've seen that conversation with Rich Hill and Kershaw kind of bookending him after he comes out, and they're talking the outing.
Strike 1 on Rowdy Tellez. See, there's a new pupil over there. Currently, Tony Gonsolin sitting next to Clayton.
And Rich Hill's always over there. They're always talking pitching or breaking something down.
Rich has made good progress. Dave Roberts pegged him today as the likely number 4 starter in the postseason. If all goes as planned in terms of his build-up, he wouldn't say what the length would look like, what the build-up would be. But if you're able to get, well, let's say 4 or 5 innings out of Rich Hill in a 4th game, and then with what you plan the bullpen to look like, so many arms that can give you length down there, game 4 theoretically could be one where you piece it together after Rich Hill's start of whatever length.
Well, it starts with who can get the best hitters out, the highest quality team with the deepest lineup, and then it moves from there to who can get them out the longest.
Fastball whistles in at 97 to get Tellez looking, and Walker Buehler has retired 10 straight on 10 pitches here in the 6th. Dodgers baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by Jeep Grand Cherokee. Back at Dodger Stadium on Will Smith's home run. They lead at 1-0 to the bottom of the 6th. Looking for their 50th home win. At 49-16 in this ballpark. Bellinger to the plate to lead things off, with Seager and Smith to follow against Zach Godley. Fades one in there, strike 1. Bellinger, like Peterson, homered against Godley in the 3rd game of the year here. Pops this one up into shallow center field. That's Bo Bichette. That's out number 1. Doubled on a strikeout tonight for Seager. By the way, did you hear what happened in the Houston-Detroit game tonight with Robinson Chirinos by chance?
I did not.
Okay, so Robinson Chirinos, Houston catcher, comes up in the 9th inning with 2 out. The Astros down 2-1. A triple shy of the cycle. He gets thrown out at 3rd in a 2-1 game, trying to get the cycle to end the game.
Oh, no.
Ground ball at 2nd, Biggio. 2 up, 2 down. A 1-0 game here in the 6th on Will Smith's home run. The Arco top-tier plays last week off of the foul pole in Atlanta. And tonight off of the foul pole at Dodger Stadium.
Well, you know what? He got a home run last night, and he was hitting third. At least didn't get El Bencho. He got dropped down to the 6th hole.
$12 home runs this season at the big league level. You saw on the graphic 20 at AAA. You can do the math on that. That is a productive home run season for a guy that didn't used to hit them. Ahead in the count 2-0. But you talk to people around the organization, and many will tell you that they would bet on Will Smith's ability to turn himself into the hitter that it looks like he is because of the raw material in there. The want to, the passion, the love for the game, the desire to work and to get better. And I'll tell you, to his credit, he has done that. He has put the work in and is a self-made man in terms of this new swing. On a 2-1 pitch, he takes ball 3. And then he would be quick to tell you that that's a lie, that he's not self-made, that there have been many people who've poured in work of their own to help Will Smith get to this point. And he'd be right. It's a collaborative effort. But it's remarkable what he's made himself into as a hitter. Takes a strike, 3-2.
We've complimented Walker Buehler on his lower half strength and how he becomes an industrial spring to catapult the ball at 97, 100 miles an hour to the plate. Will Smith is very good at turning himself into an industrial spring and creating power.
1-2-3, 6th inning here for Zach Godley, and it stays 1-0. Dodgers baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by the new guacamole double cheeseburger, only $2.99 for a limited time at Carl's Jr. And by Nissan. Choose Nissan today for great offers on our most exciting lineup ever. Shop ChooseNissan.com. Dodgers 1, Blue Jays 0, top 7. Brought to you by Wells Fargo. Joe Davis, Orel Hershiser, Alana Rizzo, and Walker Buehler to the mound here in the 7th. Delivering ball 1 to Brandon Drury. Bit of a rocky first few innings. He was able to pitch around some traffic. Very efficient since. And again, going deep. Here he comes to the 1-0. That's a strike, and it's 1-1. No room for error, though, as he nears the 80 pitch mark in a 1-0 game. Check swing tapper. Easy play, Buehler. 11 straight retired.
It took an odd hop off the bat, and I thought, did he get struck by the ball? Is that ball foul? But he did not hesitate. He started to run. It's a little bit of an optical illusion. Jam shot, check swing. Yeah, it just kind of dribbles out in front.
In a 1-0 game, McKinney goes after the first pitch and hooks it down the line. It'll bounce into the seats. And that is a 1-out double. So just like that, Toronto puts the tying run in scoring position as McKinney hammers the first pitch against Buehler.
Right down the line. We saw one last night actually hit the chalk. This one a few feet fair.
On to the second time tonight they've had a runner in scoring position. 1-0 game. Teoscar Hernandez, who's 0 for 2.
This is where we're in the part of the game that Walker needs to remember how he got somebody else out. how he can go back and maybe trick him a little bit and not continue to have the ego with the fastball. Game on the line, man on second, 1 out.
An area he's made strides this year.
He really has. He's been so dominant with the fastball and the cutter here tonight. So that's the hard stuff. And you creep up about 75–80% of the time, it's going to be firm out of your hand. You get in these jams, all of a sudden you've got plenty of equity to try and fool them and go to the slider or the curveball.
Went to the curveball to get strike one on Hernandez. Back home with a 1-1 pitch. Lifted in the air to right. Peterson going back on it. Settles under it. 2 out. McKinney will take third.
Great job by Jock uncorking that throw. Justin Turner knowing they don't have a shot at getting it out, so he runs forward and catches that ball. And Walker Buehler with an anxious run behind third base that he'll now have to catch his breath, because you're like, that's the tying run. Look at Walker sprinting behind. I'm not going to let that thing get by Justin.
So here we go in a 1-run game in the 7th inning. Runner at third, 2 gone, and the hitter is Reese McGuire. Wow, what a stop by Smith. Immediately you see the importance of taking that extra base if you're Billy McKinney.
Well, 97, and he thinks it's going to stay in the air, so the thumb went up, and then all of a sudden he had to rotate the glove and get the thumb down to block the wicket.
He's given the Dodgers their run. He might have saved a run right there on a 1-0. That's outside ball 2. Pitcher spot due next.
It's one thing to want to trick somebody with a breaking ball and a man on second. It's another thing to have confidence in a release point right now.
2-1.
Little cut piece. A lot more confidence about not bouncing a cutter than moving up the ladder to a slider, which has more downward movement, and then to the curveball that even more often gets bounced.
Tying run at third, 2 gone, 7th inning. 2-1 is fouled off, and it's 2-2.
Pulled the trigger on the slider.
Trust.
Yeah, got the fly out to right on a breaking ball. Has built back into this count with a cutter and a slider. And now 2-2, 2 out. Tying run on third. What's he going to throw here?
His nickname's Butane. Went with a fastball and didn't put it where he wanted it, but got away with it, and will do it again.
97 gives you a very wide spray pattern, including when you throw it near the heart of the plate. This one, they want to go up and away. He pulls it right down the middle. Just nice to get a ball back from the umpire that only counted as a strike.
Two. Popped up, fading towards the seats. Turner's out of room.
Well, the information Walker's gathering right now, and Will Smith, is we've thrown 2 fastballs. He missed one there and fouled it off, and then missed another one there and fouled that one off. So we got him in swing mode. If you want to trick him, you can go breaking ball, make it look like a fastball, break it off of that. Or if you want to throw the fastball, doesn't necessarily need to be a strike. You can go up the ladder with him.
McKinney at third, 2 out. Another 2-2 pitch. Another foul ball. Sticking with the hard stuff. And the 8-hitter, McGuire, the rookie catcher, doing a nice job of staying alive.
He's been late on the last 2, so what do? You stay with the same fastball, but you come inside on him to jam him even more. Make him start early to catch up to the inside one. He is fully set up for a breaking ball now.
On the 8th pitch of the at-bat. He struck him out, pulling the trigger on the breaking ball.
Speed him up, slow him down. Very well executed by the youngster behind the plate and the youngster on the mound.
Game probables are brought to you by Audi. This final game of the series is going to be Kenta Maeda against Jacob Waguespack. Kenta Maeda going for his 9th win of this season, which will be his 25th start. Jacob Waguespack throwing about a third of the innings that Kenta Maeda has thrown so far. And also, guys, a quick update for you on Dustin May, who was throwing out here earlier today with both Dave Roberts and Andrew Friedman looking on. Dave was saying that he was basically throwing an aggressive bullpen session facing both a left-hander and a right-hander. Dave Roberts saying that he will actually make another start for the Dodgers at this level, and then at some point he will go back and get some work out of the bullpen. He didn't say exactly when it was going to be on the road trip. Everybody else stays in line. They're just going to get an extra day.
All right, Alana, great stuff as Chris Taylor leads off this 7th inning. Walker Buehler went down the tunnel. Dave Roberts went after him. They both then emerged. And they're trying to read the body language and the movement down in the dugout. Looks like he may be finished.
Long game. Thinking about the long game.
Taylor pops it off the end of the bat, down the line. Grichuk coming on. Out of play, 1-2. Chris just barely, Orel, missed an inside the park home run his last time up. I mean to cut you off.
It's okay. I was still thinking about Walker Buehler and how he would feel being told he's not going on, and how Dave Roberts has to continue to sell the culture of what the ultimate long-term goal is. And that is to make sure the Dodgers are ready to play the extra month of the season every year.
Godley with a 1-2. Taylor strikes out. Juggling catch from Reese McGuire. And then Reese's throw down to third has started around the horn. Sales. Been a couple bad news Jays plays tonight.
Speaking of a ball in right center, when Chris Taylor was running around the bases.
At Beatty's 0 for 1 with a walk. That's inside, ball 1. Fades back in there for a strike.
One is the loneliest number Dieter Rule playing with a 1-1 count, 1 out.
Good ear.
We just needed number 11 at the plate.
He's got him on deck.
One ain't very lonely for the Dodgers. They're up 1-0.
And Pollock has announced that would officially end Walker Buehler's night. That's the 9 spot. Count evens on Beatty. 91 pitches for Walker, 1-0 lead. It'll be up to the bullpen tonight. And Joe Kelly will be the first man out of that door. Godley to Beatty, 2-2. Full count.
If it works out, Buehler goes 7, Kelly goes 1, Jansen goes 1. It sounds like a template for October.
It's a walk for Beatty. And so up comes A.J. Pollock, and time now for our upward clutch off of the bench. A.J. Pollock leading the National League in both those categories in the month of August. 424 the average, reaching base almost half the time.
With his swing, like you see with Justin Turner's, when they are in rhythm, it looks like they are just floating into their front leg, and they're timing it up perfectly. When the front foot hits, their bat is ready to launch at a strike.
A.J. to face his former teammate here. Looking for some insurance for the bullpen here. Beatty at first, one gone. Godley's first one to Pollock. Drops in at the knees, strike one. StatCast AI powered by AWS. The spray chart on the last 100 balls in play from A.J. Pollock.
Predominantly a pull hitter, but Biggio still on the right side. But they are saying that Zach Godley might stop a few. They're up the middle.
Whoa. Great catch.
Amazing catch. Overshadowed the wild possible pitch. "60 feet 6 inches from the rubber to home plate." This one only goes about 58 feet.
Godley will allow his momentum to take him to first for the out. And into scoring position goes Beatty.
Number 31, Jock Peterson.
Peterson with his second look at Godley, grounded out to second his first time.
And Jock hitting the ball firmly to the right side, but would like to get it in the air. The ground balls are not finding holes tonight.
We're talking about the shift, and the shift giving left-handed pull hitters the biggest issue. That is also part of the reason why we're seeing more and more guys try to hit the ball in the air. That's obviously kind of old news at this point, but that was the reaction that hitters had, the response that hitters had to the defensive shifts. Ball one.
Both ground balls tonight over there in that 66% area for Jock. Are there more hits the other way? Probably, with this defense that they put against him. Is that where he hits it? Nope. Can he hit it the other way? Yes, but not always consistently and not well. And that's what drives hitters to kind of find their pattern that they feel like over maybe the course of 400 to 600 at bats that they're the best hitter they can be.
Sharply hit foul.
Like a pitcher that only has 1 or 2 pitches, and then there's other pitchers that have 4 and 5. I think it's the same kind of with hitters. They have maybe one spot that they really start when they visually pick up the ball and think it's a ball or strike, and no matter what the pitch is, visually that's where they pick it up and that's where they start, and it ends up being a pattern on contact.
Peterson on 1-1. Again, grounds it by George Lombard, 1-2.
Other hitters maybe have the skill to be able to adapt, letting the ball get deeper, letting the ball, if it's a fastball, I'm going to do this with it and start here. If it's a breaking ball and I read that, I'm able to do this type of swing, and they become guys who can go line to line as far as where they make contact and where the ball heads.
That one is foul. Jock is saying, gosh, what do I have to do?
He got it in the air. That gave him a chance. If it's on the ground, it's an out, as it's going to hit in fair territory, right? When it's on the ground, well, this one hits in foul territory in the air, so he's still alive.
Nice play down there. There had to be a split second where he had panic inside. Oh gosh, I hope that was actually foul.
And was erased.
Beatty at second, 2 gone. 1-run game in the 7th. Another 1-2 pitch to Jock Peterson. Tries to lay off and does. 2-2. Again, it's not just been the home runs for the Dodgers during the second half. Leading baseball with runners in scoring position as well, hitting .326. Can Jock Peterson become the latest to come through? Not this time. Dodgers strand Beatty at second, and it stays 1-0 through 7.
The first 40,000 fans in attendance tomorrow will receive a Kike Hernandez bobblehead presented by Pirelli. For tickets, visit Dodgers.com/promotions.
Joe Kelly comes into a 1-0 game here in the 8th inning. He's got a 133 earned run average in his last 22 games, among the best in baseball.
When he's throwing balls at the beginning of the season, you talk about the potential and the performance in the World Series last year, and the reason the Dodgers signed him. When he's been throwing the ball lately for strikes with the electric stuff, you start thinking of championship dreams and a guy that could really make a serious impact here in LA to bring the ultimate prize.
Electric stuff on the mound and electric stuff pinch hitting at the plate. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. pinch hitting out of the 9th spot in a 1-0 game. First one from Joe Kelly. Fastball rides in there at 97, 0-1. And even in a series, best team in the National League, best record in baseball against 4th worst record in baseball, there are moments in every game that make you buckle up and enjoy. And in a 1-run game here in the 8th inning, one of the best throwers in the National League this summer against one of the brightest young hitters the game has seen in a long time. Gently hit back to Kelly. Fastball to first, 1 gone.
Fastball up and in, curveball low and away, and then a breaking ball. But you know what? Again, like Walker Buehler with his velocity, a big spray pattern with his fastball. Well, Joe Kelly has a big spray pattern with any pitch, like Walker with their velocity. Hitters have to respect it.
He goes from one bright young hitter to another. I mentioned last night, Bo a little bit overshadowed coming up to the Blue Jays system just because he was with Vlad Jr. every step of the way. Taking a first pitch breaking ball, it's 0-1. But Bichette setting a major league record for the most extra base hits over his first 21 games. 19. Representing the tying run, 1 gone in the 8th, and an 0-1 from Joe Kelly. Bichette lifts it foul, and it's quickly 0-2.
2 exceptional pitches. First pitch breaking ball because he is a cheater on the fastball. We saw that against Clayton Kershaw. We saw it even with Walker Buehler. Second pitch curveball, you can't be the same or worse, and he made a better one. He hit the corner low and away, and now he's in a great count.
0-2. Back to Kelly. 1-3, 1-3, 2 out.
Three breaking balls showing a lot of respect to Bichette. The first breaking ball is a good fool or just a solid strike. This one needs to be better and is. This one, he doesn't get away with a bad one. It's still a sharp break. He would have liked it a little wider, but it was good enough.
The Blue Jays, after collecting 4 hits over the first 2 2/3 innings of this game, have gone 1 of their last 16. The 2-hitter, Kevin Biggio. Kelly comes home 1-0. Biggio lifts it foul. It's 1-1.
Just getting loose at 99 now.
Digging his new entry song, by the way. Truth Hurts by Lizzo.
Okay.
And Dieter's got it down.
Dieter's got every song.
Yeah.
There's no stumping that man.
Not even Lizzo. On the corner, 1-2.
It hasn't been good morning, good afternoon, and good night for Joe Kelly in this inning, but it has been dominant. One more pitch, one more good one to get him in the dugout.
Kelly's 1-2. Did he go? He did. 1, 2, 3/8 for Joe Kelly, who's getting that strut from last October back. Dodgers 1, Blue Jays nothing, and a Will Smith home run before the bottom of the 8th. We check in the studio for a preview of Access Sportsnet Dodgers.
All right, thanks, guys. After 16 runs last night, just 1 tonight for the Dodgers, but Walker Buehler and Joe Kelly have made it stand up.
Yes, they have. Will Smith, big home run off the post, right?
3 outs
Right.
away. We'll see you guys right after the game. He might talk.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. stays in, plays third. Brandon Drury goes from third to second. And the Toronto closer, Ken Giles, on to try and keep it right here for Toronto.
Not a closing situation, but definitely with a team that has struggled to find victories this year. You're going to use your closer right here. Keep them close and give them a chance in the 9th.
It's Muncy to lead it off. He's 0 for 2. A couple Ks, but a walk as well. Giles, somebody that was connected in the rumor mill to the Dodgers leading up to the deadline. Although somewhat of an issue is that he spent time on the IL around the deadline with an elbow problem, likely scaring a lot of teams off. Falls behind Muncy 2-0. Quickly, 3 balls, no strikes. The Blue Jays in the 9th, Grichuk, Tellez, and Drury. It's 3, 4, and 5 in their lineup. With Kenley Jansen getting loose. Or to be his first save opportunity in a long time. Four-pitch walk to open the 8th. Take a look at the Nissan Dodger calendar. One more game in this series, and then the Yankees coming to town this weekend for 3. We've noted it each time we put this up, but careful consideration of the game times. Different for Saturday and Sunday than usual. It's 1 on Saturday. It's 4 on Sunday. And then back to the road. The San Diego Padres will host the Dodgers beginning next week. Here's Turner. Just an 0 for 2, but does have a walk. The Dodgers only have 3 hits in this game. In this bullpen day for Toronto. One of those 3 hits, Will Smith's 12th homer. Ball 6.
Definitely thinking he needs more than stuff here, so he is going right to the edge of throwing the ball as hard as he can, exactly where he wants it, but it's starting to kind of fall apart on him. Hence the phrase, trust your ability, trust your stuff. Baseball people will tell you that that relates to throwing strikes.
There goes the runner as Turner takes low, and Muncy has stolen second without a contest.
Totally engulfed in trying to throw a strike. Max Muncy with a very short lead, but 1,001 and off.
His first strike comes on his 8th pitch. We're off night for the Dodgers in these situations. We've been talking about how good they've been, especially in the second half. 326 as a team to lead baseball. 0 for 5 so far tonight. Runner at second, nobody out. Giles to Turner with a 3-1 pitch. Here it comes. Back-to-back walks.
He's not all over the place. He's in one location, down, forcing the ball down.
And so 2 on, nobody out, and Cody Bellinger's the hitter. 7 walks tonight for the Dodgers, 17 in the 2 games against Toronto.
First baseman number 35, Cody Bellinger.
And now Bellinger, probably his final opportunity to try and extend his 8-game hitting streak. Two on, nobody out. Bellinger cracks one to second. That is caught and thrown to second for a double play. So Drury pulled in, reaction time limited, still makes the catch, going down to his backside and turns 2.
And he is going down to try and really read that baseball, trying to get his eyes on the perfect angle to catch that one. It's not the one where you kind of want to jerk your arm out and kind of dart at it. You want to find it and kind of get with it the whole time, and that's what he did.
Had some nasty English to it. Seager with 2 out. He had the first of the Dodgers' 3 hits tonight, double in the second. He leaves this one up.
Baseball just not fair sometimes.
All right.
Guy walks a couple, has no clue. You know he's going to throw a strike and a fastball. You got the best hitter in the league up there. Hits an absolute bullet and they get a double play.
Seager off the glove of Bichette. Tumbling throw, won't have a chance. Seager's second hit, and the inning kept alive for Will Smith.
This will be a fun one to watch on replay to see what actually happened. We know he stops the ball. Why doesn't he catch it? Oh, it's off the edge of the glove, and then he did a nice job trying to figure out a way to get it to first base in time. Just deflects off the leather, rotating through, and rolls it over there, but not in time.
Hard not to smile watching Bo Bichette play the game.
He loves it, and he was so good, and he's going to be fun to watch for a long time.
Exuberance and talent. 2 on, 2 out, and a 1-0 game. The lone run came on this man's 12th home run. Top of the zone with a slider, strike 1.
This is a towering fly ball, and the thing that's a mystery is it's going to be fair. One of the Dodger 4 hits, and also hit the foul pole.
But these numbers, 7th inning or later for Will Smith. And an 0-2 hole here. Giles at the top of the zone for the first one, bottom of the zone for the next.
It was a good call by Brian Knight. Big situation late in the game. You've established your strike zone, and he's been calling the ball down low. A ball during this inning, but that one was just high enough.
On an 0-2, Smith pops it foul.
You just asked that umpires are consistent, and Brian Knight has been very consistent. A breaking ball at the top of the zone, you kind of watch it. He's missed a lot of pitches down in the zone as far as from the mound. That's a nice umpiring right there to have both of those as strikes.
44-year-old from Montana. Chases, and the inning is over. Dodgers another squandered opportunity. A 1-0 lead as Kenley Jansen comes on. Fasten those seatbelts as they go for the series win. Dodgers baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by your SoCal Land Rover retailers.
Number 74.
So Kenley Jansen, who has pitched in low leverage situations each of the last 3 times out, on for his first save opportunity since the blown save against Arizona on August 9th.
A lot easier to work on issues, and again, playing the long-term plan, so getting Kenley right before he comes back into these situations, and as the games get more important at the end of the season and then into the postseason. Important to get Kenley right, and the last 3 outings have done a good job in doing that. Let's see if he can bring it into a 1-0 game.
We've been able to watch Dodger baseball the last week or so as Kenley's made those low leverage appearances. You know now that it's an agreement between him and Dave Roberts that even if it's not a safe situation, they're going to get him in there if it means getting him consistent work. 1-0 game. Randall Grichuk, strike 1. So much has gone right for the Dodgers this season, trying to get back to 40 games above 500. Clearly the best team in the National League. When October arrives, they'll go as far as Kenley Jansen allows them to. Other than 2 on Grichuk. And he knows that. And he embraces that. He strikes out Grichuk on 3 pitches.
3 of his signature pitches, all cutters. Up 92. The movement.
Now Tellez, who's got big time power, taking ball one. Two and oh.
He wants to work him up, but it's got to be up in an area where he wants him to offer at. Those are just too high.
Going back up with a 2-0. He hesitates and fires and gets strike one.
No trickery so far tonight.
Two balls and two strikes.
That one had a little different shape in 93, staying a little bit more behind the ball, having it leak to the outside corner. Left-handed hitter trying to pull for power. Have it run away from him after seeing a few cutters.
A 2-2 is high and the count goes full. Brandon Drury trying to get as good a look as he can. He's almost behind home plate in the on deck circle. 3-2.
I would be calling time and asking him to be moved.
Another payoff pitch. Barely stays alive.
He's used both sides of the plate. He's used two types of movement. Predominantly with the cutter, but one two-seamer away. Tried to throw a backdoor cutter earlier to put him away, but he's still up there.
This will be the 8th pitch after he struck out Grichuk on 3. 1-0, 9th inning. 3-2 pitch again from Kenley Jansen. Lifted to right field. This game is tied. Jansen has blown another as Rowdy Tellez launches a solo home run. It's 1-1 in the 9th.
Number 3, Brandon Drury.
We've seen two Dodger pitchers that have hit 97 to 99 miles an hour. Kenley Jansen relies on late movement and location. This one has the movement at 93, but it's not really where he wants it because low and in for lefties, they just try and drop the head of the bat on it. You want to get it waist high and above where they were attempting throughout the at bat. Missed down, and he paid for it.
Strike on Drury. Fly ball to center field. That's playable for Taylor. And out number 2. Billy McKinney.
28, Billy McKinney.
Kenley Jansen's 6th blown save in 2019, exceeding his total from the previous 2 years combined. Ball one on McKinney. Looking ahead to the Dodger ninth inning now. It's the bottom of the order. Taylor, Beatty, and the pitcher's spot. Again, Toronto has already used its closer, Ken Giles. On what has been a bullpen night, so not a whole lot left down there. 2-0. He went around 2-1.
Tying home run here late as it can get almost. It puts a shock through a home stadium. One more out though, and somebody in the dugout's going to go, come on boys, we don't get paid for overtime. They will be sensitive to Kenley giving up the run, but they will not be sensitive to whoever takes the mound for the Blue Jays. They will be focused and ready to orchestrate a walk-off.
10 of them this year leading baseball. 2-2. Flex left side for Corey Seager. And to the bottom of the ninth we go. Dodgers going to need to get another run to win this game after the home run from Tellez ties it. Major League leading 10 walk-off wins this season. If they're going to win this one, it will be an 11th. And they bring up Taylor, Beatty, and the pitcher's spot here in the bottom of the ninth. On the pitch, Jason Adam, who's in his 6th game at the Major League level this year, and he's been pretty good so far for Toronto.
5 games he's been in, he's only given up 1 run. There is no room for error right now when you're in extra innings.
So Taylor to lead it off. And boy, do you think back to his near inside the park home run. Had he been able to get the hand in before the tag, this game would be over at this point. This is the play at the plate. And what wound up being a triple in the 4th. Tried to make it an inside the Parker, but a nice relay cut him down. So here we go with the 9th. First pitch breaking ball misses. Four for 7 since coming back. A home run and a triple. And laid in a fastball. It's 1-1. Jason Adam, 28 years old, from Kansas. Made his major league debut for his hometown team, the Kansas City Royals, last year. Really struggled though, had an ERA above 6. And they granted him free agency. Taylor muscles one right side. He will lead off this inning with a base hit. And the winning run reaches. That is the ultimate barrels are overrated knock for him. Or whatever it takes in this situation.
A long wait getting off the IL. Started his fresh stint here with the Dodgers, an infield hit last night. Now his most recent hit, another one.
And so it's Beatty, who has his fair share of big swings this year. Oh for 1 tonight. He's walked twice. Adams' first one. Beatty watches a fastball sizzle in there at 95. Pitcher's spot, due next, Jed Jerko in the on-deck circle. Here's an 0-1. Beatty lifts it foul, and it's 0-2. He's got a walk-off home run this season against Colorado.
These youngsters have provided a lot of excitement, and Beatty part of that parade.
It's about the only time he's cracked a smile. Baseball robot. Taylor off first as the 0-2 comes home after a toss over. We talk about pitchers in high leverage spots. You can also put the same metric on hitters. Matt Beatty in high leverage situations this year is hitting .394.
Matt Beatty swings short and compact. Jason Adam on the mound, very short out of his glove. It's a guy that you don't have to see a lot to really understand what he's doing to you. There's not a lot of deception to the delivery.
0-2 pitch. Climbs the ladder to stay alive.
I would bet with Jason Adams there's some catcher in his past. He just takes it out of his glove and brings it up to his ear.
Change of heart from Dave Roberts. Kike Hernandez going up there for Jed Jerko. That's interesting. Another 0-2, and Beatty rips one foul. Oh, ho, ho, baby. That one stays fair. Good night.
Yeah, Chris Taylor back off to the races, but this time with a head start already on first. He had to start from home plate on the triple that attempted inside to Parker.
In right field, got Randall Grichuk playing way off of the line. 2 strikes on Beatty. They're shading him the other way across the outfield. Another 0-2 from Jason Adam to Matt Beatty. On the ground to second, Bichette to short for 1 and a double play. That goes 6 at 4, 5 at 6, 3.
Very nice. Not the double play, but the scoring. Shortstop over there playing second. Third baseman playing short. Delivered to the first baseman.
And it is going to be Jerko. Back and forth and back and forth. There's Jerko in the on-deck circle, then Hernandez. Then they put Jerko back up there with the bases empty and 2 out. Guy with more than 100 home runs in his major league career. Ball 1.
First and second, no out. Kike Hernandez possibly up there because out of the double play, faster. Maybe ask him to bunt. But with 2 out, nobody on, Jerko looking to jerk one out of here. Have his first big Dodger moment.
It would be very 2019 Dodger of him. Have his first home run win a game. On a 2-0 pitch. Fouls it back 2-1. Two and 2. Adam has nailed his spot with each of the last 2 fastballs.
He doesn't give you a big hip turn. He doesn't close his shoulders and make you read his number and name before he delivers it. He pretty much just throws like almost like an infielder or catcher.
Breaking ball popped up right side. Grichuk coming on. And Drury will wind up settling under it and making the catch and sending us to extras.
Extra innings presented by Bank of America. What would you like the Power to do? Back here at the top of the 10th, 1-1. Toronto tying it on the home run, and now Pedro Baez for the top of the 10th for the Dodgers. The bullpen outstanding with Joe Kelly, the blemish from Kenley Jansen, and that leads us to extras. And Pedro Baez now with as much pressure as the Toronto staff, taking the ball here for the first time as the Dodgers look for a walk-off win. But first of all, Pedro's got to get some outs.
Scoring in this game on a couple solo home runs. Will Smith for the Dodgers in the 4th. Rowdy Tellez for the Blue Jays in the 9th. 3-3 in extra innings games this season for LA. Blue Jays have played a bunch of them. 13th trip into extras. Teoscar Hernandez to lead off this 10th against Baez. Couple natives of the Dominican. Hernandez 26 years old and his second full major league year. Hitting 7th tonight. And a check swing foul, 0-1. Hernandez originally signed with Houston. He made his debut there in 2016. Handful of games in 17 as well. And came to the Blue Jays in the Francisco Liriano trade. Got off to a miserable start this year. He was at 189 in mid-May, and so they sent him to AAA for 3 weeks. Revamped his swing there, and he's been a different guy since.
These kind of games, good training for the Dodgers for the postseason. Nail biters. Every pitch matters. Every at-bat matters.
High fly ball. Boy, he just got under that one, didn't he? 1 out.
About an 1/8 of an inch on the contact from hitting this one out, but also an 1/8 of an inch from popping it up in the infield too.
So you go from a guy that was acquired for Francisco Liriano to a guy that was acquired with Francisco Liriano. Reese McGuire, first-round draft pick of the Pirates, and then traded to Toronto along with Liriano a few years back. Debut with a handful of games last year. Batting in a 1-1 game in the 10th inning. Here comes Baez with ball 1.
There are outings where you can kind of ease into it, and I don't mean not trying on the first few pitches, but you just feel like you have a chance to get your legs and find your release point out there and get up to speed with the game. But in extra innings, when one pitch is the difference, it's different. Hard to describe, easy to feel when all of a sudden the game is on the line, and any little mistake or what you perceive as a mistake, you're going to feel really bad about if the bad thing happens. There's an edge about it.
Back-to-back change-ups, 2 balls and 2 strikes on McGuire.
The adrenaline of extra innings and the concentration and the moment that you face every time you cock your arm, it's got to sometimes change your priority list. Like, instead of thinking about making a pitch, you're thinking about, oh, I'm going to use that adrenaline into the velocity. You just can't turn into a thrower. You got to stay a pitcher.
Got him with a fastball and change, and then heated him back up.
Slow him down with a couple, then beat him to the spot with the last one.
Two outs, 10th inning in a tie game, and here's Vlad Guerrero Jr. Pinch hit earlier and grounded out.
This is a red light situation that he is looking to ambush. You be very careful on this first pitch.
It's a red light from Pedro's perspective.
Yep. Warning, warning. Hitter that's going to cheat and swing.
Yep.
Threw him a breaking ball, made it look like a strike, end up a ball, and he missed it by a foot.
Threw it again. Vlad Jr. took this one.
We had the same kind of at bat with Joe Kelly against Bo Bichette. Kelly let him off with a breaking ball for a strike, then had another breaking ball low and away, a really good one, and throw him a third breaking ball to get the ground ball back to him.
Ahead 1-2.
One and two, and hasn't really thrown him a strike. Using Guerrero's aggressiveness against him and making quality pitches, not worrying about the count, knowing that he's probably moving that bat.
Baez home with a 1-2. We'll do it again.
You throw the breaking ball, bounce it.
Threw it outside. Good take, 2-2. And they say there are a lot of similarities between Vlad and Vlad Jr., but one of the advantages Vlad Jr. seems to bring to the table is his plate discipline.
If you want to throw another breaking ball, you throw it down the middle and bounce it. Give him the middle of the plate, but don't give him the height. If you throw the fastball, you're going up the ladder.
Two.
The good hitters that know the strike zone, as you have advertised, Joe, with him, you have to give them one or the other. You've got to either give them height or you got to give them width. The reason they're disciplined is they decipher that equation of location quicker than others, and they won't bite if you don't give them one.
Using that eye, using that discipline. He's run this at bat 7 pitches now. 1-1 in the 10th inning. Pedro Baez to Vladimir Guerrero Jr. with a 3-2 pitch. Challenged him with a fastball, and Vladito fouled it back. We'll do it again.
If Guerrero was a Dodger hitter right now, you'd say he's really battling and he's still alive. He's still hunting a mistake. Since he's a Blue Jay, Pedro looking to make a pitch and put him away.
The 8th pitch is ball 4. He didn't budge at that high fastball. And so the Blue Jays get the tying run aboard and get Bo Bichette to the plate here in the 10th. First walk issued by Dodger pitching tonight, by the way.
They're winning that plus-minus by a wide margin.
Yeah. They will pinch run for Guerrero, who is still nursing that knee. Richard Urania, last night's 8th inning pitcher.
Like the Dodger lineup, the Blue Jay lineup starts with thunder. You might see this guy at the top of the order and think, oh, he's just a gap-to-gap singles guy. This guy's a little different.
Different breed. So let's see what Pedro throws him on the first pitch. Slider down and away, and Bichette takes it 1-0. Pitcher's spot due next. If it gets there, to be Justin Smoke.
Wow.
1-1.
He doesn't get cheated. And lucky the back spike releases, or you're going to break his ankle.
One game, 10th inning. Urania at first with 2 gone. Baez to Bichette with a 1-1 pitch. Coming up and in with it. And pop-up foul, 1-2.
We've seen Bichette chase wide, not like Guerrero's takes for the walk. I think Pedro can throw the slider and look to make it a little bit more of a sweeper to him.
Another 1-2. A pop-up. Will this one stay in play? Looks like it will for Cody Bellinger. And Pedro Baez used the change to get Bo Bichette. To the bottom of the 10th we go with the top of the order coming up for the Dodgers. It's Peterson, it's Muncy, it's Turner looking for another walk-off win. Richard Urania, after pinch running, stays in, plays second base. Brandon Drury goes back over to where he started the game at third. And the left-hander Tim Meza comes on to pitch.
Tim Meza trying to extend this game. Dodgers, Meza try to make this game end.
I see what you did there.
Meza, please have it come to an end.
That one was a bit of a stretch, but I still like where your head's at.
Yeah, I'm trying. I might be getting a little punch drunk.
It's only the 10th. I think that happens in the
That's true.
13th.
Well, we take our ties and turn them into headbands.
Wow, that's the 15th inning territory. Oh, Hernandez with the left-handed reliever called upon will pinch hit for Jock Peterson.
Up the bottom of the 10th inning for the Dodgers. Pinch hitter number 14, Kike Hernandez.
1 for 5 last night in his first game back. And he'll face the guy who pitched a scoreless inning in last night's game. As that revolving door continues out of the Blue Jays bullpen. Of course, at this point, by necessity, with them playing extras. First one to Hernandez is on the corner, strike 1. Meza, the 6th pitcher tonight. Been a few repeats, but 12 pitchers used over the first 2 games. 0-1. Into center field. No big deal for Hernandez. 1 away.
Second baseman, number 13, Max Muncy.
And so here's Muncy with a lefty-lefty matchup. Two strikeouts, 2 walks for Muncy. Ahead 1-0.
Anticipation with every Dodger hitter that comes to the plate. All have a chance to end the game.
High fly ball, right center field. Forget about it. Muncy saves the Dodgers tonight.
One of the major strengths of the Dodger lineup is the left-on-left situation does not bother them. Max Muncy, a major part of that strength.
5th consecutive game with a home run for Max Muncy. That matches a franchise record. Their 11th walk-off win of the season. Muncy has delivered each of the last 2.
This team is so much fun to watch, and especially here at home.
Lexus play of the game. Is it the home run, or is it the way that he admires it? Oh, yeah. Think he knew it?
He got it all at the right time.
And so they are 50-16 at Dodger Stadium in 2019. They clinch a series win on this 431-foot bomb from Max Muncy, his 33rd of the season. For all Hershiser, Alana Rizzo, and the rest of our crew, Joe Davis saying so long from Dodger Stadium. Game 3 of the series tomorrow. We'll talk to you then.